The truth is, most people don't change. They just get better at hiding their patterns. Let's be real. There's nothing more brutal than realizing you're the one putting yourself back in the same place. Same habit, same regret, same silent, soul-crushing. How the hell am I here again? I've been there and I know it sucks. Having to feel that quiet shame that whispers I'm never doing this again, and yet here you are back in the loop. But for me it wasn't because I wasn't smart, or aware, or driven, it was because I didn't understand what was driving me. I remember this time when I made the same mistake, twice in a week. Despite swearing I wouldn't. It felt like my brain was a broken record stuck on replay, playing a song I hated, like trying to run through quicksand. You try to fight, but the harder you struggle, the deeper you sink. That's how powerful these unseen triggers are. I'm about to show you how to uproot these triggers and take back control of your life again. So, how do you finally break free from the cycle? These aren't going to be the same old recycled hacks, so pay attention. These are the truths I pulled out of research, therapy, neuroscience, books written by giants on behavior change, and honestly, from my own wreckage if you want to call it that. First, interrupt the cue, not just the behavior. You don't bite your nails for no reason, you don't doom scroll out of laziness. There's always a trigger, a cue, screaming the words, find comfort. Charles Duhigg calls it the habit loop cue, routine, reward. And yes, he says you can't extinguish a bad habit, you can only change it. Real folks don't quit scrolling by trying harder. They quit by charging the phone across the room or swapping the screen for a book or a walk. Swapping habits is way more powerful than self-control. The reason you always revert back to the same mistakes might be due to you trying to be a hard ass and tell yourself that you'll just willpower yourself out of doing it. Wrong. Think of it like a train on rails. The cue is the switch. Change the switch's position and the train goes somewhere completely different. Miss that switch, and no matter how much you try, the train barrels down the same track every time. Second, let your future self have a vote for once. Most of us make decisions from our worst moments, emotional, exhausted, desperate. James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become, and you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. This is called identity work, and yeah, it feels forced at first. But if you persevere, it becomes who you are. Research shows habit formation averages 66 days, but folks who act from their future identity succeed much more consistently. They don't just avoid slipping, they become someone different. The 40-year-old you is the same as the 18-year-old you. It's still you. And we all know how it feels to wish we'd prepared more or made better decisions when we were younger. So do it, man. Finally do it. Stop trading comfort and bad habits now for a shitty life in the future. Try this right now. Picture your future self, stronger, clearer, freer. Ask yourself, would this future me approve of my next move? Let that answer guide your actions before impulse takes over. Hey, if you think the future self technique is going to be a game changer for you, hit the like button and subscribe. And just a friendly reminder that I always include resources in the description to help you achieve what's in the video. So, check that out. Alright, let's get on to number 3. Forgive the you who started the pattern. Here's the deepest truth, and honestly, it's the one that heals the loop permanently. Shame anchors you back to what you think you deserve. What you used to think you deserved back when you were caught in endless cycles of guilt, shame, fear, and a lack of faith. If you don't forgive yourself, you'll keep repeating the script. This isn't about condemning the old you, but self-compassion isn't a soft strategy either. It's science-backed. Remember, the Dutch psychiatrist Bessel van der Kolk told us the story of a woman who was caught in dangerous relationship cycles until she rebuilt her self-worth and broke the pattern. Self-compassion is about understanding you deserve better, but being okay with not having the power to understand that until now. The shift that woman made didn't come from beating herself up, it came from forgiving who she was and saying things like, you didn't know better, but I do now. And when you can do that, the old grooves fall apart and what you're walking toward becomes real. Shame is a silent jailer. It convinces you that punishment is progress, but every time you beat yourself up, you're just digging deeper into the same hole. Real growth happens when you stop fighting the past, and instead hold it gently, like a wounded child who needs to know it's okay to heal. Change isn't about forcing better behavior, it's about becoming someone else. Someone who spots the cue before the loop begins, lets the future self make the call, and forgives the part of them that needed to slip up or fall over. That's how patterns give way. Many trauma survivors keep repeating what hurt them, trying to resolve it until they break it with awareness, identity, and compassion. If you don't let your younger self speak, they repeat through your behavior. But when you say to yourself, I see you, I'm carrying you forward differently this time, everything changes. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being conscious. choosing over and over until that choice becomes who you are. That's what empowerment looks like, recognizing that you are a sovereign being, a choice maker. Have you ever thought about this? No matter what the most powerful force in the universe is, whether it's God or just an organized system of universal forces, whatever that force is, it doesn't stop humans from making whatever choices they want. Remember in that movie The Matrix? The machines were insanely powerful to the point of enslaving humanity, but even having humans locked up in the Matrix, their power to choose always screwed things up. So if philosophy is a motivator for you, use it. Your power to choose is one of the most powerful things in the universe, to the point where even God won't stop you from doing it, and tyrants will do whatever it takes to control it. So, stop obsessing over the slip-ups, honor the tiny reps, the 1% decisions that feel invisible now, but, they compound into a completely different story a year from now. Because, as James Clear reminds us, compounding change is real. You want to stop the cycle? Then start treating your journey like the most important rebellion you'll ever lead, against old habits, against shame, against the part of you that's stuck. Fight smart, forgive hard, and vote every day for the person you're becoming. Because honestly, your story deserves to be different this time. That's how you break the loop, not overnight, but for good. If this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment with your biggest takeaway or insight, and watch the next video for more tools to help you build the life you deserve. It's time to become choice makers again, for good this time.